taking a little bit out of your morning to spend with us. I hope that you already found some great connections. I already heard that some have, but it's so amazing to celebrate Women's National Business Month. So let's give a big round of applause for all you powerful women out there that are running your business and really achieving your goals. And also thank you to our male counterparts for all your support. This month, I was able to reflect. I just had our mentee graduation. We were able to really appreciate the value of networking and coming together as a community and really supporting each other. And so I thought it'd be nice if I read some wonderful fun facts about women in business. And so I want to share the women business sector is one of the fastest growing groups, especially in Southern California. From 2014 to 2019, women-owned businesses grew 21% and had an estimated annual revenue exceeding $261 billion. California has one of the most diverse populations of women business owners, especially the Latina and Black business owner sector. What has been a challenge for women-owned businesses? Women-owned businesses only have 2 to 3% of venture capital in the business group. And so that is a challenge. And I did want to say though, there were some really great resources shared. So women-owned businesses in California do have access to more grant money than most states. And so one that was mentioned on these statistics was the Amber Grant. And if you work with me, we have spoke about the Amber Grant. It's a great opportunity here in Southern California. There also is a great organization along with Chase and the SBDC is also NAVO that supports women-owned businesses here locally. And so I'm not going to go into all the nitty-gritty of my role just yet. I wanted to introduce Carrie and first say thank you so much for supporting this event, and on over to you.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you all for showing up this morning. I know that we bribed with coffee, but I know it's hard getting up, out, and joining us. And as Priscilla mentioned, I know there's a lot of great networking going on, and the goal for today is just to maybe some takeaways that you might get of what is it that I could maybe do differently, or that I haven't thought of, that we have our panelists here that can help you with. And so I want to start with I'm sorry, I forgot to say who I was, other than Carrie. I am Carrie Gordon. I am the community manager in our Riverside and Moreno Valley communities, and really make her like, well, what is that? Because when I look up a community manager, I'll be honest with you, it's all about online. I'm going to tell you right now, that is not me. I'm not that online person. But what I do is I, just like Priscilla on the business side, on the personal side, I'm there as a resource to help strengthen the financial health of our communities. And so I share about really what we oftentimes have a hard time having a topic about, just our financial health. And what does that mean? And so that is what I get to do all day, and I love it. But I'm going to now pass it over to, we have some lovely business owners that are willing to share their some golden nuggets, and so I would love for them to introduce themselves. To start with you, Amber, you'd like to share a little bit about you and your business.
Okay, yes. So my name is Coach Blaza. I'm a creative brand director and a motivational speaker. I help entrepreneurs, business owners, and other motivational speakers build their brands so they can use their business and their voice to inspire and impact others.
I'm Kelly Moore with Moore United Construction. My brother and I have a commercial construction company. We've been doing construction 30 years, when I was 5. And I also have a nonprofit that helps our homeless veterans, and really blessed to be here, so thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. And so to get us started, I just kind of want to do a little warm up. And so tell me your favorite fall tradition or activity that you like to celebrate during this season. And I'll start with you again.
Okay, my favorite fall activity, coffee. pretty. I love coffee, some warm blankets,
Oh, yes.
watch a little movie, snuggle up.
Yes, yes.
Definitely snuggle up by the fireplace, enjoying family games. So when I see your cards, I'm like, oh my gosh, my brother needs to see that. But definitely spending family dinners.
Priscilla?
I love to bake. We have a family tradition in my family that we pass along recipes, so we all bake pies during this time of year.
Coffee and pies. Yes, fall is one of my favorites, especially here in the Inland Empire. When I moved to the Inland Empire, it was during the fall, and I was like, oh, this place is gorgeous. So I do love fall. Fall is one of my, now I'm really excited that the 100 degrees is kind of leaving.
Yes.
But I love fall. Well, let's get going with some gems. So Kelly, can you tell us really what's your networking process and how has this helped your business grow?
Being the CFO of More United, I have money on the brain. So when I want to network, I decide which is the value for the investment. So if I get invited to an event and it's $200 to go to it, I do my research and I look to see how they have done it in the past, how many members they have, how many people will be attending, because the most important thing when you network is knowing your audience and seeing how you can get involved and help your audience. I first see the financial side and then I put it on my calendar and I want to see how I can help others. If you go into a networking on an agenda, you will lose every time. You don't say, hi, Mike Kelly, More Unite Construction, I'd like to do all your construction. You learn about the other person and you really don't have an agenda and it will come to you. So that's the most important thing of my process, and it's been very successful because I meet a lot of people, and just like this young lady, talking about her nonprofit, I want to introduce her to people. Whether it comes back to me, it doesn't matter. It's more about giving.
And it always says receive.
And you do receive in the end.
And sometimes it's unexpected. Like
It
if
is.
you go in with an agenda, oftentimes you're not going to see that unexpected
Right.
that can happen. Well, thank you. Amber, I really would love to know. So, what is it about? Like, what is a brand? What does that mean?
Okay, so write this down. This is very important. A brand, yeah, get your phones out here. 5 seconds. Okay, so you can write it down and record it. A brand is something that your clients should be able to see themselves on the inside of. So like she said, it's all about people. Your purpose is to serve others, not serve yourself, not worry about the money. Money is paper, it's printed. So worry about that person and their pain points and what they need, and your brand is going to thrive.
Very good. Thank you. You made it so simple. I was thinking like, okay, well, I have about 20 minutes here. No, you did. You made it very simple. Thank you. So, Kelly, how do you know what events are right for you?
Once again, it's the research. If I'm invited to a car show, I know nothing about cars. My husband would want to go, and so I go with him, but you need to know the financial investment is the most important. Don't waste time on events that don't help you. But would I go to a car show that is at the Staples Center, that the owners of the manufacturer are selling the cars? They have buildings. I do maintenance, I do paint, I do this. I would go and speak to those owners. So don't not go to an event that you think has nothing to do with you. You still want to meet people, but just do your research on the value of your time and the money to go there.
So Amber, as a coach and a content creator, how can a business create online presence, and how has this increased your following?
Okay, so how to increase your online presence. First of all, you have to be there. I need you to raise your hand if you posted this week. It's Thursday. Okay, we got a few
Is
people.
it me or my
Somebody.
Emily?
Somebody.
I gave it to her to post. I don't know how to post.
Somebody can. Having a team is important. So whether it's you or that social media manager or your family, it's somebody. So what you want to do is, and write this down as well, you want to go on Reels. On Instagram Reels, this is the most popular form of short form video. You want to find a trending sound. So when you get there in the bottom left corner, it'll be an arrow pointing up to the right, and that'll tell you that it's trending. So if it's trending, more people will see it, right? And so when you find that trending audio, you want to get one that has 3,000 videos or less, because if it has 100,000, then you're fighting through 100,000 videos to be seen. Once you find that sound, you're going to record a video 30 to 60 seconds on your regular camera, because that has the most clarity. So make sure your camera is clear. Write that down. Nobody wants it blurry. You gotta wipe the lotion off. You gotta make sure it's good quality, because people's attention spans are short. They give you about 3 seconds and they're swiping, if that. So 30, 60 seconds, write this down again. Who you are, what you do, who you help, and how you help them. That is the most important video that you can have on your page, and you wanna pin that to the top. Why does it have to be 30, 60 seconds? Because nobody cares past that amount of time. So it has to be impactful, educational, inspirational, motivational. Give them something that feeds into what they're doing, that helps them. And when you give them something for free in that video, they trust you a little bit more. So write this down: know, like, and trust. They can only get to know you if you actually post. If you post consistently, right, that's the word, consistent, they'll get to like you, and then they'll begin to trust you. You can't sell anything to anybody that doesn't trust you, right? Can I sell something to you if you don't trust me? Okay, so 30, 60 seconds. Once you record your video, add it to that trending sound, write a caption. If you say, Coach Blaza, I don't know how to write a caption, then I want you to go to ChatGPT. So if you've never used ChatGPT, write that down and tell it, write me a caption for this video. This is who I am, what I do, who I help, and how I help them. And make the caption short. Don't make it a word salad, okay? Nobody's gonna read that either. Make it straight to the point, and then a call to action at the end of that caption. Do you want them to like the video? Do you want them to share the video with 5 people so you can reach more people at one time? What do you want them to do? You want them to book a consultation? So 80% of the time, you're gonna be motivating, inspiring. 20% of the time, you'll be selling. Do not get on these apps and 100% of the time, buy my coffee, buy my branding services. Nobody wants to buy 100% of the time. So 80% is the video I told you to make. Always giving gems, always educating. And then share it to your friends and your family and tell them, hey, I need you to post this to your story. Supporting me in this way is free. You don't even have to spend $1. Just share me to your audience.
And I want to add on that, I watch your videos and I get so motivated. Because a lot of it is content I teach as well, but I just love the simplification, and like when you're on there, it's like it's such a clear message. And I want to repost it too, right? You got me sold. So check out our Instagram.
Thank you, Coach Plaza.
Is it on the card?
Yes.
What do you do when you have a business account and your trending sounds are limited, or you can't use it in your trending sounds?
So that's interesting, because I have a business account and somehow they're letting me use the sounds. So I'm not sure if it's that blue check, but Instagram does book calls now. And so it would be nice if you can see if you can book a call, or I can check my email and see if I can get that person's email I spoke with to see if I can get you in there as well, to ask those type of questions, because that's a good question. But so you can't use them right now, right?
No.
Yeah, I don't know why I can.
Yeah. Followers? I don't know.
But so if you can't use those sounds, there's still trending audios that are not copyrighted.
Yes.
So use those trending sounds, and which have the arrow on it. So if you go on the Reels tab on there, there's still trending audios. So yeah.
Thank you.
Question? It's kind of like a two-part question. With all these resources like ChatGPT and all these other like AI stuff, do you think that like, because everybody's using them, that the value of actually creating content has kind of like decreased, or maybe it's like become more vanilla. Like everyone has created that same level playing field. And since social media has been around for a while now, do you think we're like reaching the end of like something, but like the beginning of something new, and like we're kind of on the other side of the hill, or is there a lot of value in still investing a lot of time and resources in social media if there's some other big things that everybody's tapping into it?
Definitely value in it. If you think about it, every market is oversaturated. There's a million banks outside of the bank that we're in. There's a million burger joints across the street from each other. Everybody has their audience, and everybody has a unique value proposition. So what makes you different is what makes you stand out. So when you tell ChatGPT who you are, you have to also add to it, what makes you different? Do you care more about helping others, and the other person cares more about the money, right? So it just has to be genuine. So of course, tailor that caption and make sure it doesn't sound like it's a robot talking to people, and add that emotional piece inside of it. So don't worry about it being oversaturated. You are you. You are one of one. If you look at your fingerprints, it's only one set of these in the whole world. So that's what you bring to the table.
And I'd like to add to that a little bit. I went to the Chase Summit, and one of the speakers there said there's 100 construction companies out there. And when she said make yourself different, you can still do that on social media. Ask Emily and Priscilla. I don't do it. I don't do social media. It's hard for me. I can build the building that the social media is in, but making yourself different, just like, you know, if you're a restaurant and you go to the same restaurant all the time, there's a reason.
Yeah.
There's a reason that you go there. It's the friendliness, it's the food, it's something unique, because everything is an experience.
Yes.
And we live off of experiences.
It's the feeling you get, right?
Yeah,
That they're-
right.
that
We're
content
not
creators-
driven for
Right.
something else. We're driven for the experience.
You know, what I find really interesting is both of your answers were so very completely different industry than what we're talking about, but the answers were very similar. Filling the other person, finding about them, having the interest there, and then it's gonna come back. And I
Yeah.
think that that's something that we sometimes lose focus on. So thank you very much. Okay, so Kelly, have you ever, you know, thinking of networking and you're going out, but have you ever had where it actually landed you a large contract?
So in construction, our large contracts are built on the little ones. Don't go after the large contract. I would rather have $1,000 jobs with a better profit margin than $1 million job at a smaller. I mean, think about it, 10,000, $1,000 jobs. You get $3 million in profit depending on what it is. If you have $1 million job and it's at a 3%, you get 30,000 in profit. So you really have to build the relationships, and I'd like to give an example. So Mount Sac, my brother's like, let me just do one little area. Let me just do one little area. And so they did a little modular unit. That was 30 years ago. You don't think about, let me do this whole student center, which we just did, which was millions, but you don't think about something short term, you think long term. Our clients, and I have pamphlets on the back of them, they've been our clients for 30 years. It's because of our customer service and our workmanship. And we build relationships, we don't build bank pocket. I mean, we do, but we don't build financial satisfaction. We build our relationships, and we're here for them. And it comes. It really comes. So don't think about the large contract. Think about the person and how you can help them.
Priscilla, I have a question for you. So, you know, we often, in our industry, we talk about, you know, helping businesses become bankable. What does that mean? How can you help us with, how do we become bankable?
Yeah, I think that that's a term that's used a lot, is how do I become bankable? How do I get access to capital and credit for my business? And so, you know, I want you guys to all think back to when you were 18 years old and maybe your parent or somebody told you, hey, go out to your bank and create a relationship. Open your first account, right? Open your first credit card. And so that's one of the most important steps in becoming bankable, is getting a relationship with your local, a business relationship with your local bank. Really make sure that you have the right team that's gonna make sure your specific business goals are achieved. And so when you're creating the relationship with these wonderful relationship managers that we have behind us here, these are bankers that get to know, like we talked a lot about you and your uniqueness as a person. Well, they get to know all of that on paper with your business. And so when you have somebody that you can trust with your long-term banking goals, they can give you the best advice for your specific business in your industry. So there's a lot of layers in there that you want an expert to have advice from.
And if you don't mind, I'd like to piggyback on that. They're the experts. Let's not try to know, okay, I want to do this with my money. Go to anybody and everybody that is an expert in their field. I mean, Rachel and Priscilla and Peter, they're my family. So it's being a part of something and saying, I don't know how to do this. Can you help guide me? Yeah.
Well, and at the end of the day, you don't want to. Like, that's the one thing that I find is that, you know, a business, that's what you want to be good at.
Yes.
Surround yourself with experts.
Absolutely.
And a team of experts.
And I did want to add one last thing on this, because we went through the analytics and I wanted to share the analytics on capital because I feel like it's really important, especially for women-owned businesses. And so with credit, you know, you really want to make sure that yes, you start your relationship early with your bank, but also think how long it took you to build your personal credit. Your business is going to be similar. It's not going to happen overnight where you get to go and get a business real estate loan, right? Because you opened your business. It's going to take the buildup of the history. What's the character of your business? And how do you really build towards your goals day after day, month after month, and year after year? And so the more legitimate you make your business and you show that profit, right, of your business, then banks are going to really trust you. You're going to trust your bank because you have all the great tools and resources and people, and then they're going to trust you back because your business really shows that it's successful.
Okay, ladies, I have a question for both. It's the same question for both of you. So what is the biggest challenge you face as a woman business owner? And what have you learned from it? Amber, if you want to go first.
Well, no shade, man. What I learned was that, so I've dealt with women and men in business, and when I work with men being attractive and I'm being as humble as possible, they always attempt to like date me and all of that. So what I would tell you,
Connected on that.
yes, we did. What I would tell you is keep it professional and set them straight one time. And if they cannot get it together in that one time, they have to go. Because from there, you're sacrificing what you want, your goals, and the brand that you've built. And you cannot sacrifice that because you put in all the hard work to get there. So make sure they take you serious, and if they don't take you serious as a woman business owner, then they have to go.
Yeah, for me, a woman in construction, very difficult. Very difficult. And 30 years ago, I wanted to make myself known and try to put myself out there. And I know this and I know that. And I learned very quickly that I wasn't being respected. So what I do is I respect the others and their craft and knowledge, because everybody is so proud of what our career is. And if you respect them on their expertise, they will in turn respect you, not trying to be more powerful and try to trump them and say, I know the right way to do it. 30 years in construction, a lot of things I do know the right way to do it, but I bring my experts for roofing, I bring my experts for this, because I don't need to know it all. And being a woman in construction, if you show respect, you'll get that in return. You still get the disrespect, and I just shut that down as well and say, you know, I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. Can you please give me guidance to understand? Different world. They come towards you differently. You don't sound weak. I'm Russian, you know, I have Russian family. I'm not a weak woman. Very strong woman, but when you have a moment to show your strength and to show that you're vulnerable, it's important to have that balance.
And you know, I have 3 brothers, and I always share this with everybody. I have such a tremendous respect for men and appreciation because my 3 brothers, I love them so much. And I grew up with a mom that was disabled. And so growing up in that way, I never really saw myself as a woman. I just saw myself as a sister that needed to help my brothers and a daughter that needed to help my mom. And so when I went into the business world, I realized that that's not really necessarily how the business world worked. People did see me as a woman in business. And so I had to really grow through that and realize, and I love Kelly's share, is I really found my way. And my way is building other women up and really creating a community where I felt safe to share my journey, where they feel safe to share their journey. And that trust that we build, it really builds that leadership up. The other thing I wanted to share is there is enough space for each and every one of us. I know there's like a big theme sometimes in business of gatekeeping or being scared someone's going to take your business. I have always used the opposite approach of sharing business and saying, you know what, and have you noticed all my favorite partners, they are women. They all my BRMs here, sorry guys, they're all women. And for me, that is so deep rooted in we got to help each other. And when you find the right set of people, amazing things are going to happen.
And it's not a competition. You know, Peter introduced me to Erica. She's a construction company, woman, minority owned, just starting out. And when she came to us, I said, she goes, I don't know what to do. And I go, well, give me your email. I'm going to email you all my contracts that have been approved by attorneys, all my purchase orders. Take my logo off, put your logo on, and now go. You know, go and be a strong construction woman and have, she calls us, you know, how do I bid this flooring project? My brother will go out there with her and her mom. It's so cute. They'll have lunch and he'll say, okay, you do it this way. And we want her to be successful. She's not a competitor, you know.
That's really good, because there's something called crabs in a barrel in the community that I'm in, and they don't want you to go up, so they pull you down. And like she said, gatekeeping. Everybody has their own audience, and so what Kelly did was a good example of just helping the next person. You can be a mentor. You can give them resources without that hurting your business. Billions of people on the planet. When you help others, the money always comes back to you.
So Priscilla, I would love for you to just share about what is Coaching for Impact, and what is, how are you making impact in beauty?
This is amazing.
Yes.
Well, I want to point, thank you, Carrie. I want to point something out here. And I these wonderful women that are in front of me, like they're amazing, right? Did you guys find a lot of value in what they shared today? So even the best of the best, and that's how I really view you and a lot of my customers that are here today, I truly believe in you and your businesses. Even the best out there, and you could be doing a fantastic job growing your business. Coaching is something that is going to help you still develop in the areas that you want to develop. Even the best people out there have coaches. Even the top players in the NFL, in basketball, they have coaches. And so what I do is I've been in banking for 20 years. I've been in leadership the majority of time in my banking career. And I have the wonderful job of being the coach here in Riverside County. And so I work one-on-one with business owners, just like Kelly, just like Amber. Thank you.
I love it.
And we talk about their goals. As simple as that. We determine what their goals are, and I bring resources. We talk about analytics. We talk about really a smarter goal. So how can we, set those specific goals? How can we measure them? How can they be actionable? And really, what's the result that we're moving towards? So that's what I do. I also do workshops along with Carrie. This is actually a workshop. You guys are all attending one, actually. It's just that it's working a little different, but surprise. Where we talk about capital, talk about anything business related as far as cash flow, tools, digital marketing. And so I love being involved in the community. My whys are definitely aligned with this role. And I just shared that this has been the best year of my 20-year career because of this role. So that's a little bit about what I do.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you just sharing and giving us these golden nuggets. You made it really simple. Like there was nothing that you didn't invent anything special. You were just special. So thank you. Thank you so much. Anything that you all want to add just as we close out?
Yes, because I know Priscilla wanted me to mention this. If you're not going to post, then you need a brand manager that will be the face of your company. So if you don't have the capital to invest in that, you're going to have to do it. Shy is a lie. Everything in this world is made up. Some of it is negative, and so that you will not reach your highest potential. So break those barriers, because the only limits to the success that you need is the ones that you put on yourself. So dream big, act boldly, and make your vision a reality today.
Thank you.
I'd like to share a little bit more about the networking face to face. Like she said, you have 2.63 seconds. The most important thing that I do with anybody is get to know others. Get to know, I mean, your card tricks were amazing. And it's not about who you know, it's really about who knows you. And that's what I go through life with. It's not, oh, I know this person that I want to do this with them. They bring me people because they know me and my compassion for mentoring and helping people. Don't, Erica, don't spend $30,000 on a contract. Take my logo off. It's about helping others, and being a successful woman is meeting amazing ladies like what we have here and learning. I mean, I'm listening to certain things about the social media side and the banking side. Thank you so much. Even though I'm a CFO, Rachel and Priscilla is going to tell me what to do with the money, because I just know how to manage the construction side. And whether you're a restaurant, there's an experience. And if you fulfill your life on the experience and people, no matter what you have as a career, you'll just have a better life. Yeah. And thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for being here, and thank you for sharing your stories and your journey and your success. I really do appreciate it. Priscilla, thank you for helping me put this together.
And I do have one ask of you all. And so all the businesses, even if you're not a business owner, just really take some time for yourself and evaluate your why. And I'm not just your why with your business, but I mean your deep-hearted why of why you're doing what you're doing, and really evaluate where you want to go. And reach out, whether it's to a business coach like myself, or any of the liaisons or networking connections you made today, or a banker, and get somebody to help you achieve your goals. Now, I want to thank all of you for taking the time to be here this morning. I want to thank you, Nelly and Clandestina. The coffee was fantastic. We have our leaders here at Chase here. Jeff Palisano was, a big part of making today happen. Thank you, Jeff, from Business Banking. Peter is the leader here with my division. Thank you, Peter, for coming all the way out and supporting the event. Thank you to all the relationship managers that invited your clients. Thank you so much. You too, like a tremendous value in the information that you shared. And Carrie, thank you for help setting up this event.
Thank you.
I hope everyone has a great rest of your day.
Absolutely. If you guys have any questions or need, I would love to give you my card, or we can meet for a few minutes. I set out time. Any questions, I'd be more than happy to meet with you.
Thank you.
And if we can get a picture.
Oh, yes. Let's get a picture.